welcome to a new episode of Cartoon Drawing. Today we're going to do something very iconic and very British. We're going to draw Postman Pat with his cat. A lot of Americans probably never seen it, but me growing up in Europe, I grew up on it. You know, it was one of the things that was on Saturday morning on TV, and it's funny. It's iconic. A lot of people grew up with it. And it's one of the harder ones because it's got a couple of characters in it and a weird pose, but just follow along easily and it should be just fine. And I'll see you guys later. He's a bit of a harder one. Part of the reason is it's because there's two characters going to be on it, and he's going to be in a pose and stuff like that. So again, just like the other ones that are a little bit more complicated, I'm going to start drawing them out quickly, sketching them out, and to see if he fits on my paper, because he's going to be sticking out on a couple of angles. There's another reason why he doesn't really fit in this series, but I wanted to do him anyway, is because he is actually not a cartoon. He started out as clay animation, or at least I believe it was clay. As in almost like Wallace and Gromit kind of an idea. Most people have heard of Wallace and Gromit. And so that you know. But yeah, anyway. It wasn't really clay. I believe it was just clay puppets with cloth on them, something similar to that. And as you can see, I am not putting any details in them as of yet. The cat is too far to the left, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to alter it just a little bit. I'm going to have the cat walking closer to him, so the cat would actually like fit, which is good for a cat. And again, most people who haven't grown up with it probably won't know about Postman Pat, but he's exactly what he did, Postman Pat. And he brought the post to, the towns wherever he went to. Barely fitting, but barely fitting is fine. It'll do it. I told you it was a little bit of a harder one, but as long as you got it sketched in, everything should be just working out just fine. And there we go. Looks a bit of a mess right now, but at least I know how that everything fits on one piece of paper. I'm going to just go along and change it where I need to go. Erase things. Anyway, see? Everything fits on the paper. So, I'm going to go and start and putting his features in. I'm going to start with his cap. This actually might be a longer one because there's a lot of detail in it. But I'm not going to go all bonanza on his features. Okay? That's not that important. Because he is a puppet, there's just not a lot of expression in his face. And glasses, so put those in, and his eyes are actually just complete blanks. They're just little sharp things. And this is why we started sketching them out first. Change things as you go. Put his mouth a little lower. There we go. Okay, there's his face. And again, we're going to go over later on with the marker and change it up again. So I'm going to put in his hands, and they did the classic cartoon hands. They only gave him 3 fingers, sorry, and a thumb. They did that on purpose because that makes it easier to animate. And everything is a little bit scrunched up from the original because of the cap, because or else it won't fit on a piece of paper. There's the strap to his bag. So his shoulder is right here. There we go. And because I know everything will fit, I don't have to worry about all that. So there we go. Put in his elbow, right there. And his cuff. Here's his chest. And give him the corners on his lapels and stuff like that. Put in his buttons. I'm going to give a little indication of cloth right here because they're all dark. I'm not going to worry about it. Here's his elbow. A little bit of foreshortening, not too much. So you shouldn't have too much trouble with it. Again, he only has 3 fingers, so it should be quite easily to follow along. Take your time. You don't have to do it as quick as me. And yeah, it will be better if I have more time. But I only got 15 minutes on YouTube, so I'm trying to get a sketch. I've never drawn Postman Pat, to be honest. So there's probably going to be Postman Pat connoisseurs out there putting me on their hit list for butchering their hero. But as I said, I like Postman Pat. Grew up on it, just like Naughty and stuff like that. Put the features of the cat in, and again, they're not animated, so they're kind of hard to define. But and I will go and color a little bit more in when I switch to my markers, if there is enough time, because both Postman Pat and the cat are actually dressed in black. So I might just color those in as I go along and ink it with the marker. And somebody asked why I have this cardboard underneath my table. It's to make it softer, and it's easier to draw on than a flaming hard table. So there we go. And the cat's got a white chest, so put that one in. Let's see. Put his hind legs in, and they are just really easily put in like that. So then we've got the cap, and he's got a big giant round fluffy tail, so I'm going to indicate that with that one. Okay, he's got one leg up. You can see this on the march. Just that one here. Again, just going to indicate a little bit of cloth right there. Boots on. There we go. There we go. And his other foot is going to go behind the cap. So we want maybe just a little bit behind the cap. So that would the inking. So there we go. It's got big eyes, big nose, and he's got a round smile like that. Okay, so now we're going to put in his Postman hat. And there's actually a little badge on this hat, and I'm just going to indicate with a few simple lines. I got, okay, then here's his hair, which you can see that it was made in a later series, because the hair and stuff, it's actually the hairstyle is kind of outdated. In the hand, it's holding the strap to his bag, and I'm doing the pants right now, as I said, indicating a little bit of cloth, not too much. Putting in the boot, switching hands, two finger, thumb. The other one right on top of that. Have the border going in, indicating a little bit of cloth. There we go. A couple of wrinkles here and there. Okay, let's put the cat in. And as you can see, I already started making the cat a little bit darker where he needs to be, and his face is actually white. He has 3 whiskers, one on either side. Okay, I left a little bit of shine in his eye. Going along his parts. We got this all is black, so let's quickly color him in. There we go. And here's one hind leg. This one's running out too. This one's a little bit crooked as well. There we go. Put his tail in. Finish the rest of the box. String around it. Makes it look a little bit more 3D. Have a label on it. And there we go. Okay. Don't forget his buttons. Shiny goat. Yep. This will be the other foot, which will be behind the cat. And this is the paw of it. And we're running out of time, so I'm not gonna completely color them in, but you get the drift. Just to indicate a couple of little highlights. Use it real quick so instead of black it turns gray. The good thing about markers running out, you can use them for all kinds of things. So there you go. Don't forget to sign your drawing. This is, I believe, number 7, Postman Pat. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.